Welcome back to Offside Opinions. I'm Jack.
I'm Monty.
It's been another great week in rugby. The All Blacks squad for the Greatest Rivalry tour got announced, which is pretty exciting.
Very exciting.
Boys are off to South Africa. I saw a bit of a vlog about their travel time. I think they went through Hong Kong and took about 38 hours to get where they needed to go. But
it's a pretty big wee. It's pretty big wee while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're there now, so looking forward to next weekend when they kick off against the Stormers. And the NPC kicks off this weekend as well.
How good. Not short for action.
No, exactly right. I'm actually off to see Christchurch v Auckland, which should be a cracker of a game. See Richie Moe.
It'll be good.
It will be good.
He'll play 30 seconds, touch the play glass, and then he's on a plane to South Africa.
That's it. It'll be interesting to see. So today we're just going to talk through a little bit of the squad that's been announced, and then we're going to do a bit of a draft to pick our kind of best starting 15 to play South Africa. But we'll be alternating once a player's picked, they're out. So it'll be interesting to see where we place our picks.
Who's got the best one?
Yeah. So. Kicking it off, obviously the squad was announced, pretty similar to the Nations Championship squad with a bit of added horsepower.
Yeah, everyone retained from the Nations Championship squad, which that's pretty rare. I mean, that's impressive, shows everyone did a good job, and they had it quite right from the Nations Championship, obviously bolstering it with extra players.
Yeah.
You're over in South Africa, it's a long time to bring someone else in.
Totally.
And we've got these midweek games where you're playing these sort of provincial teams. Let's give some people a run and get some good numbers. Cool to see a few new caps in there as well.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like, clearly they've gone, and they did this with the Nation Championship. There's a good sprinkling of experience with some fresh faces, and it feels like with the expansion, it's the exact same philosophy. They brought in some experienced players that can help in those maybe midweek games.
Yep.
But they've also got some fresh faces in there as well, so quite cool to see.
Exactly. I think we'll see resting those very experienced. Artie Sarve is probably the most obvious one. Is going to take some time away from rugby because he's just been living and breathing it go since January 2025 basically.
Yeah.
Hasn't had a break. So, give him a break. But like you say, they've still got enough leadership there where they can get these new guys in there, give them good experience while still maintaining that All Black leadership. Very, very strong rugby.
Pretty interesting that Dave Rennie called Cody Taylor their tour captain. So that'll be interesting. I wonder if he'll captain on the games or whether he's just the leader for the tour.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. I'd be very surprised if Artie's playing and not kept.
I agree. I think he'll be captain for all the tests. It's interesting though. Like, I reckon they'll use these tests to build some cohesion and get some run time. Like Tokiahu hasn't had a lot of minutes. Asafa has because he's come off the bench and played for an extended period. But it'd be great for both of them to get some game time under their belt.
And you got to absolutely we've got to look at the South Africa tour. It is important. Let's go in there and put our best foot forward. But you got to look. We are on a short runway
100%.
to a World Cup.
Yep.
That's got to be the end goal, and that's got to be what we're using these games to prepare for. Not the be or end all is these tests in South Africa, and then obviously one more in Baltimore.
For sure.
Yeah.
No, it's exciting. I'm really stoked for Simisi Tupou-Tailor. I think he's looked unbelievable this year in Super Rugby. He was so impressive last year, but this year, arguably an underperforming Moana Pacifica team. He was a very big star, and his combative ball running, he has just got the ability to bust tackles, and I think that's really exciting. He's also a dedicated number 8, which is kind of a bit of a interesting change. Most of the players picked so far have been kind of that utility back row. And can cover. And he can probably do a 6, I imagine, but he seems to have been kind of specialist.
Yep.
And I think he brings a point of difference compared to some of the other players we've got. He's just so destructive with his running.
Absolutely. It's awesome him getting the nod. I mean, he's quite a young player as well.
He is. I think he's 22 or 3.
Youngest on the squad in that 44-man squad. So get him in. I mean, he's learning from the absolute best.
Well, that's right. The maturity in his game, even from last year to this year, he's grown massively. And, you can see that even with a, fair to say, difficult time going on at Moana and an underperforming team, really. So to be around Artie again, around some of the best, or the best loose forwards in the country, the best coaches in the country, imagine what he's going to pick up on this tour.
And I think right there is a great sort of view into we've got to look after today's game
100%.
and nurture tomorrow's game. Like, you know, you're
100%.
looking into the future and developing those players, not that they can't help out in right here, right now, but maybe they're not going to be the ones getting the nod for the test against South Africa or all that, but then we're going to need them down the pipeline.
All three of those bolters are in that space, and I think as well, it's just great to see that next generation of players getting the recognition and getting a go. I think it's probably a fair criticism of the Robertson era. Yes, there were some people introed, but they probably weren't younger players. They were people who were later in their careers that hadn't got a go yet. And so I think it's just so exciting. You know, Xavier Numia is another one that I'm thrilled. He got the pick. Initially, his form has been amazing, but he's a young player with a lot of time. Younger plays, not the youngest, but like, you know, and Ruben Love's another example. Like they're backing these young guns that clearly have a promising future ahead.
And they're showing up day in, day out. I mean, you look at Xavier Numia, Ruben Love, both of them, you look at how they played through the Nations Championship. That's some of the best footy that we've seen out of them. And Xavier Numia, particularly in that Ireland game.
Yeah, he was massive.
That was absolutely unreal. And that's just another level he's achieved. 100%. To see, you get the call up, you put the black jersey on. I mean, the black jersey just means everything to them. It doesn't crumple them. They rise to the occasion.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled that Fabian Holland's back. It was such a shame he was out all super season.
Yeah.
But he is such a massive presence, and I think we're going to need his huge frame coming up against the box. He was so impressive last year. I'm thrilled he's back in there.
Absolutely. I mean, he was World Breakthrough Player of the Year for a reason.
Yeah.
And we almost need a Tyrone sort of Eben Etzebeth to go up against Eben Etzebeth, you know. Huge frame.
Totally.
Massive
body.
Plays well.
I think it's great as well, though, that Lord and Derry have both had a go, had a good run, shown they can do it, and now he's back in the mix. And so that's just great all round. Our competition is there. People are scrapping for jerseys. They're going to go up a level.
Yeah.
And if one of them gets injured, you know, we've got these other people that have had experience, that have had time in the saddle, and have shown that they can perform.
Yeah.
And I think they all bring slightly different things. Like Derry's probably reminds me a little bit more of Scott Barrett, Tuapoloto, maybe a bit denser, a bit bigger. Lord's super athletic and can just get around the park, kind of a bit like Tupovai. And then you've got Fabian Holland that just obliterates rucks, even taller, like massive body. Yeah. And then you've got Tupovai who, you know, maybe is a lock, maybe is a 6.
Yeah.
Who knows what he's up to, but, you know, he's on the field too.
Yeah.
You do have to feel a little bit for Duplessis Kirifi. I am on the fence about this.
Yeah.
I like Dupes. I think he's a great super player. I appreciate that he stuck around in New Zealand rugby. He easily could have gone offshore. I'm glad that he won a title this year. I also think last year he probably didn't have the impact he wanted in the games that he got a run in. And I just wonder, you know, you look at the size of everyone else in that back row. You look at the versatility factor of everyone there. He's a specialist 7 who's aggressively hunting turnovers. He's probably less of a workhorse like your Ethan Blackadders, your Luke Jacobsons.
Yes.
I just don't think there's space for him in Dave Rooney's squad.
I think...
And it's a shame. I think he's a good player.
Yes.
I understand the decision-making completely. And a lot of people were like, oh, he should have been there. I'm not convinced, unfortunately.
A lot of people feel that way. And I think I agree with you completely. He's a fantastic player. I follow him on Instagram. And, I mean, he's just entered this, like, military training camp of his own. It's just gnarly. It's pretty gnarly. And, I mean, I think he is going to just put his head down, get to work, and he will wear the black jersey again at some point. But I agree, there's just no place on this current Rennie squad for him to fit in. We've got these 7s who can cover more, do more. It's such a hard one. Because I like Dupes. I love how he plays.
Yeah.
And do we lose him overseas because of this?
I could see him going.
Yeah. And who can blame him, you know?
No, not me.
I'll be gutted, but...
It's interesting Noah Hotham's not there. 3 halfbacks, that's an interesting move. I saw some chat that Leroy Carter's played halfback.
Yeah.
You know, he can fill in.
I think that's getting desperate if we're going to that level. I
agree.
think we would see
Hotham
Hotham on
get
a
on a
plane.
plane. Yeah,
if
yeah,
we
I
go,
agree.
especially if Roy Gard goes down. I mean, we could get into that, but if Roy Gard goes down, our All Black squad's in trouble.
Yeah.
I think we have a big drop off to number 2.
It'll be interesting to see who plays in the midweek games. Do you give Roy Gard a bit more time to get cohesion up, to keep playing at that level, to keep him match fit?
I want KP in there.
I want KP in there as well. Yeah, 100%. I could see Ruigard off the bench maybe, cameo, kind of like keep him match fit, keep him available.
Safe option.
Or maybe you start him and you pull him off after 40, give KP a bit of go.
We can't,
It'll be
we can't
interesting.
afford to lose him.
No.
But that doesn't mean you can't play him.
I agree, yeah.
Hard one there. Christian Leawilli.
Yeah, I feel for him. I think he had a good season. I think it was his best super season. I think 25 was a better year for him. But the Crusaders in general had ups and downs. So, yeah, I kind of see, again, similar philosophy to Dukes. He's a specialist 8. He's good at number 8. But then you look at Tailoa, they're 8s. But Tailoa, the impact he had, the ability to provide something different. Yeah, I really like Christian Leawilli. I was glad he got a run last year because I thought he had a great super season. I think he's had a good year again this year, but I think probably it wasn't quite as good. And maybe that was just a factor of the Crusaders not quite performing. He'll be better. Another season for Otago.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Yeah. Crazy. He is one of the most impressive. I don't know how many people know this.
Yeah.
Discussing
his story is unbelievable.
He's a dentist.
He is a dentist.
He is a fully unreal. Knock your teeth out in the game and he'll put them back in.
It's an unbelievable story. I listened to him on the What a Lad podcast, and it is truly unbelievable. Like the work effort that he was putting in while he was studying at Dunedin. It was like up at 5 a.m, training before lectures all day, training after lectures, get home like 9, 10 p.m, recap things that he missed from his lectures, bed by 11, up at 5 for like 5 years. Unbelievable workhorse, and I think it shows on the field. He's that kind of workhorse. He keeps going. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with him. I'm glad he's still at the Crusaders. And yeah, I don't think the door's closed on any of those guys, but I just think, I'm glad Ethan Blackett is in here. I remember I saw a breakdown on the Aotearoa Rugby pod where they were looking at the stats around some of the loose forwards, and Ethan Blackett was topping a bunch of those. And when he didn't get the call up, I just thought he's been a little hard done by because he has been such a workhorse this year. And I think really, if you look at the Crusaders season, they started thriving when he came back, and he allowed Lester Whainganuku to be that roving X-Factor back row player. He just did the dirty work and got the job done. And I think that is that kind of player that Luke Jacobson's currently filling. And I think Ethan Blackadder is a similar version, just absolutely throws himself at it.
Yeah.
And sometimes his body flies to pieces because that's how much he
gives. 110 all the time, and so
and I
his body
think,
gives out.
You need that kind of mongrel that will get stuck in, that won't take a step back, that's just going to smash rucks and will rack up if he needs to, that will protect his boys and really be like, no, we're going to do this. And I think he'll just bring a real edge to that forward pack. And I think him and Luke Jacobson are a very similar player, and I think probably Dave Rennie sees those two as kind of the workhorse on which he builds that back row round. So you have Adi Savea, you have Lakai, you have Satiti, who can kind of bring a bit more spark, a bit more X factor. So yeah, I think I'm glad he's in the squad. I think it was well deserved. I think he had a good super season, and I just am excited to see him get stuck into some of those games. I reckon we'll see him in the tests against South Africa for sure, because he's a menace.
I think he's probably the name. Yeah, reading through squads announced, let's have a little look. As soon as I saw Ethan Black in there, I was so stoked. I really, really like him for the team.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a few other names in there. Obviously, Ollie Norris is back. Fabian Holland, which we already spoke about. Tupo Tailoa. And then you've got Josh Jacob, which is cool. I'm happy for him to get a go.
It's an interesting call there for me,
yeah.
To be honest. I think we have a lot of stock at the 10 position.
They're all over 30, except for Ruben Love.
Except for Love.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think would the safer option to be not take Jacob and instead maybe take Hotham and give ourselves... We go through halfbacks like nothing else.
No tomorrow.
Do we go with 4 9s rather than 4 10s?
He can play 15 as well, to be fair.
We've got so many players that can do that.
I do know that. Yeah. I agree.
It's a hard one.
It's also interesting. If you're thinking of pure 10 stocks, I reckon we saw a higher ceiling from Taha Kimura this year than we did from Jacob. And maybe that was because Jacob was often coming off the bench and covering 10 for DMAC. But there's a couple games where I just thought Kimura just lit it up. And I was like... another one who I'm surprised didn't go in that kind of apprentice jersey is Cam Miller. He had a great season at points for the for Otago last NPC and then also for the Highlanders. He's such a good goal kicker. You know, I thought that was an interesting decision. Like, I just wonder at 10, I feel like maybe there's a little bit better options, but clearly the coaches have seen something in him.
Yeah,
and so,
I think he is a fantastic
Yeah.
player. I just think it's more the position-wise. I mean, if we are also thinking that tonight Moanga's going to touch the field, play NPC, fulfill that, and then now he's eligible for the All Blacks, and he goes over there, like, got 5 10s available.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't.
Well, potentially he won't.
Maybe he's not. And Dave Vinny's saying, no, he's not going to come unless there's an injury. And you've got 4 players there, they'll stick with 4.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'd love to see Love play, to be honest.
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah, I think
It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting.
Wearing the 10 jersey, and he's
Yeah.
playing well in the 10 jersey.
I'm glad Timothy Tavatavanawai got the call up. He was so good for the Highlanders last year. He was good again this year. Probably not quite the same performance as last year this year, but...
What's his nickname? The Difference.
The Difference. Big Jim, The Difference. I love it. I love him. I think he's just such a workhorse. He brings something totally different to that 12 jersey. We talked previously around Geordie Barrett and the finesse, the skill that he brings. And Timothy does, but he also just brings a, like, wrecking ball, destructive, big jackal threat. You know, I'd love to see him on the inside and then Quintu Pai outside him who can bring that distribution. I think it's great. I think experience that he'll get in that environment. Hopefully they'll play him to his strengths and he'll be able to just let rip like he often can do. We've seen the impact he can make. And I felt like in that French series he really didn't get to showcase his best style. And I think then he got injured and he was out for the rest of the year, which was a real shame. So I'm stoked for him.
Amoni Narawa.
And Rico Ioane both back in the mix. That's interesting, hey?
Stoked for that. I mean, Narawa obviously went down with injury.
Yeah.
What was that?
It was the Eden Park.
Like
yeah.
20 seconds? No, it was probably maybe 2 minutes or something.
It was when he
went
scored a
down
try.
with a broken rib.
Yeah.
And then was out. So I'm excited to see him back in there, see what he does.
And Rico brings some experience.
Yeah.
It's interesting he's listed in the outside backs. I think he'll rove between 13 and wing like he did for
I think we'll
URC.
see him. He likes that 11 jersey.
I don't think he has the pace though. Like you look at some of those
I
clips.
think it's his favourite position to play.
Yeah, maybe. You look at some of those clips from the URC though, and like often he distributes when old Rico would have run. So it'll be interesting. I think he brings a real presence in 13. It's something we've been on and off again for the years. I think he'd be great for that midweek game. He brings experience. He's 88 caps, super experienced. I think he'll bring a bit of, to that back line. Maybe if Geordie's not playing, you know, you've got a Tavatavanawai at 12, or you've got a, I think he'll be good. And I'm glad he's back.
Great squad. Great squad. Reading through it, you're like, this is good.
And it's interesting, you look at the discourse around this, everyone had raised his squad, there was a lot of debate about people missing out. And this year, I think the only thing people are saying is it's a shame Dupes isn't going. But I also think people can go, yeah, well, I can kind of see why. Like, you look at the other players he selected, it's not like there's another one like Dupes. He selected different players. So I just think people, he's so clear in his communication, Dave Rennie.
Well, that's what I hope. And I hope he has been, and it sounds like he is the kind of coach that will get in contact with Dupes and be like, hey, look, you haven't been selected. Here's why. Here's your reasons. Should be able to really articulate those reasons.
Yeah.
And then Dupes isn't going, well, where's my future or whatnot. Totally. It's like, hey, here's what we want. What could you do? Yeah.
So I reckon it's now time to get into the draft.
Let's do it.
I'm pulling up a coin flip.
All right.
Do you want heads or tails?
I'll go heads.
All right, let's see who starts. I feel like I know who the first pick on both of our things is going to be. I'm tails. It's tails. Let's go.
That's big.
Alrighty, at 9, I am going to take Cam Roygan.
I knew it.
I just think he makes the biggest difference to our team, and I think he's the first name. I mean, there's other real contenders, but I just think the gap between him and the next person in our squad is just so big.
That's caused me issues. All right. Oh man, that's throwing. I'm gonna take Artie at 8.
Yeah, valid. I am then gonna back up my Hurricanes back line and take Ruben Love at 10.
Why would you honestly? You absolute dog. I am then going to take Oh, where do I put him? I'm taking Jordan.
No. Oh, Jordan. Okay. Yep. We can probably rejig the positions
Yeah,
later.
okay.
I'll give you that. Where are
I'm
you
going to
putting
put
him?
Jordan in the fullback position at the moment.
Okay. That's interesting. I thought you were going to say Geordie, which is who I'm going to take next
Yeah, that's
at
it.
12.
I'm going to take Cody Taylor at 2.
Yeah, that's big. I'm going to take a Suffer at 2. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that, actually. That was probably not my smartest call. Given that you already have the hooker, you probably didn't need another one. Anyway.
I'm going to take De Groot at 1.
Yeah, fair. I am going to take Fletcher Newell.
No, that was mine.
I think he's had a great year. He's been really solid.
Tricky. I'm going to take Tupo Vai
No,
at
you
6.
dog. It's
At
6.
6.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, actually, I'm going to change it.
We can rejig
Yeah.
it. Where are you putting him?
I'm going to put him at 4.
Okay. I am going to take Fabian Holland.
Damn it.
I'm putting him at 5. 4, sorry.
Yeah, that's... Oh, man. Building a good wee case there, mate. I'm going to take... I'm going to take Carter, and I'm going to put him...
Ooh, I like that from you, you know.
I'm going to put him at... Oh,
We can rejig it at the end.
I'm not sure where I'm putting him right
Yeah.
now. On one of the wings.
Yeah, that's smart. I think I'm going to lock my other lock in and get Patrick Tuipulotu at 5.
Smart.
Man, we're blessed for loose forwards, though. I think it's a testament that apart from Artie, neither of us have worried to lock people in there because there's just so much depth at that position.
Depth there. Oh, this is... It's funny because I got to look at who you need still and then grab...
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to take Signer at 7.
Oh, good call. It's a very good call, actually. I think I'm going to take Quintu Paia at 13.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. I'm going to take Blackadder at 6.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like him.
Oh, I don't like that you've done that. I need some wingers quite badly. So I think I am going to take... I think I'm going to take Josh Morby and put him at 14.
Ooh.
With the caveat that he might move to fullback depending on how I...
Play the rest.
Yeah.
I'm going to take that you've taken Ruben Love off me. He's savage. I'm going to back his experience, and I'll take Bodie at 10.
I think it's a good shout. I think it's a better shout over D-Mac.
Yeah.
Who I am going to put at fullback.
Yeah. That's, again, pretty blessed to be able to take him that late round.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just cover it off. I'll take Xavier Numere from the 3.
Yeah. You've got a pretty tasty front row.
I'm happy with my front row. I'm happy. We're probably going to play a scrum game.
Yeah, probably, eh? I can't believe you're taking Blackadder off me. I'm probably going to then go Jacobson at 7.
Yeah, fair.
I think you need one of those workhorses, one of those two in your back row.
I'm tossing up between Ratama and KP.
Ratham's got the experience, but
I think I want KP. I got Bodie right there.
That's
I'm
true.
taking KP.
Yeah, got
Yeah.
experience outside him. That's fair. 8. He's out. I think I'm going to take Peter Lakai at 8.
Interesting.
He was so good this year for the Canes. So good. And I think in that first French test, he didn't quite have as much impact as he could do. But, man, I just think back to that final, that burst he got when he almost scored.
Yeah.
And then the same one where he chased down one of the outside backs to stop another try.
It's nice.
At like 60 minutes in, when he'd been playing full tilt. Like, he is just so impressive.
I'm going to take Caleb Clark on the
Oh,
wing.
you dog. On right wing?
Uh,
That's the one you have available. You could swap Carter, I suppose.
yeah, I'll probably move Carter and then bring Caleb.
Yeah, fair. Oh, who do I bring in? Oh, I've got quite an inexperienced wing combo. I think I'm going to take Imoni Narawa on left
Oh,
wing.
wow.
I'm lacking a bit of depth, but I think I got pretty good talent on the wings. I wish you hadn't taken either Carter or Clark. I probably would have nabbed one of them off you.
Yeah, they're not. They're very nice. I'm going to take Tava Nawa is still available.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take Tava Nawa.
That's big. I really hope he has. I hope he gets a good run in some of those midweek games and really just finds his place in the team.
Yeah.
I think he's someone who will do well under Rennie's style of like direct, clear instruction of what your game plan is. And I think probably when he was in that series, to be fair, that one game that I remember him playing was the third game in Hamilton against the French, and our entire back line was just in shambles until Geordie came on off the bench and sorted things out. You know, that was when they went the 9, 10, 12 Chiefs. It was Ratimer,
Oh,
D-Mac.
D-Mac.
Quinn,
Yeah.
and then they just, maybe it was, I can't remember who was on the wings. But anyway, our back line just looked so disorganised. And then Geordie came on and it just, it just clicked. And I think that was when I was like, oh, D-Mac really at 10 sometime. Under Robertson's game plan, maybe. But I was just like, that was just a poor showing, I thought.
Yeah.
And I just felt that Jim was being wasted in that role. Like, he just wasn't, they weren't using his skill set enough. So I really hope he gets a go under Rennie. And I think he will. I think they'll be clear enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially, like, got these
He's so
provincial
good.
games.
He's so
Keep him in
good.
there.
Yeah, that's it. So you've just picked Jim May.
Yes, I have taken Jim.
So I've got 2 players left, I think.
I've got 2 players to take as well. For me, you need a 1 and a 6.
Yes, I do. I'm going to take Wally. Wallace Atiti at 6. I think he had a bit of a wobble in that last test. I think a few runs in the midweek games, get it under his belt, get that behind him, and he'll be back to the level that he performed.
I think that's a safe pick.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's a good pick. I am going to take... It's between ALB and Proctor.
Do you know, I did not think I would be saying this at the start of this year. I personally would probably take ALB. I thought he was done and past it, but he has really impressed me.
It's interesting because Rennie picked him, obviously, and Rennie's been watching him.
Yep.
They're a lot closer. It's not like his new face come up from overseas, but I think he's picked him for a reason.
I like it. Seems to have just suited the way he's playing so
81
well.
caps.
Yeah. He's not a rookie.
90 caps. 90 caps. I mean, he's that. Yeah, I'm putting that in my 13.
Yeah. So the last one I have to pick is me number 1. And with you taking De Groot, I think we're really feeling our Tamani Williams being missed.
Yeah, we need... Yeah.
He just brings such size and presence at number 1 that if you've got De Groot out... Basilio Tossi, does he play both sides or is he... Mm-hmm. Can he play both?
Yeah.
I think he can,
I think he has.
Right,
yeah.
I might take Tossi. Or maybe, is that George Bower we're thinking of?
Or could you...
I think it's George
But
Bower.
Bow normally plays in the...
I think Bower plays both sides. He came on during one of the Crusaders games on the wrong side of the scrum.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
You could put him there.
I think from a... Yeah. I think I'm going to take Tossie.
Yeah.
He might be out of position. I don't know if he plays one, but maybe he does. I think I'm thinking about... I don't think Tossie actually plays Lucid. I'm going to swap him for Bow. Sorry.
All good. I've got to pick my 5. For me, it's between Josh Lord and Sam Derry.
Yeah.
I've got Tupou.
We've got Toops.
I've got Blackadder there.
I'm probably leaning a Derry.
I'll probably go Derry,
Yeah.
just a bit bigger, a bit more...
Bit more frame.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Sam Derry there.
So your captain of the squad would be Artie?
Yeah, I'd put Artie in the captain.
Man, it's interesting. I've picked a lot of players, but not a lot of them have tremendous experience. Paddy T has got a few caps.
Paddy T. I see one
I
person
think-
that you could put
I think
captain,
Geordie.
but I don't think you'll
Geordie?
put him. Oh,
You
no,
were going to
that's
say
not-
Cam?
I was going to say Jacobson.
Jacobson. No, I don't love him that much yet. To be honest, I think probably I would put Geordie as my captain.
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
I think he's got the experience to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
Damn.
That's...
It'd be interesting actually to work out if they would win. Throw it into ChatGPT, see who would win.
Yeah, I might do. I'll flash up on the screen who chat reckons would win. I reckon you can't go past Cam Roigard. I think the drop off after
That
him
is
is just
such a
so
problem,
massive.
which
And
is
I
so
think
interesting.
He's the first pick anyone is putting on their team sheet in this style of thing.
Yeah.
Because the gap to the next person is
Huge.
just so big.
Massive.
It's like France and Dupont before they had 2 or 3 others at that level.
Yeah.
It just makes such a difference to the way we play.
And Rotima, Hotham, KP, they're all good players.
Yeah.
It just shows how great Roigard is, and especially how well he fits into the current game plan.
Yeah,
It's unreal.
yeah, I agree.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's pretty cool that you can build 2 15s, and you could probably reasonably see either of these 15s starting, against
Yeah, I
one
think
of
there's
the
a few
midweek
positions
sides.
where it's definitely one's much stronger than the other on the sides of the team.
Yeah,
I mean, Roigard's and KP, that's the
yeah.
obvious one. Love Bodie. I mean, yep, you can see that.
yeah.
I like it.
I do as well.
That
I'm
was
happy.
fun.
I think this is a great squad,
Yeah,
and I
it's a
think
great squad.
either of these you roll out, you go, yeah, I can see that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like last couple of years with Robertson, it was kind of the same team, and someone get injured and then fill that gap. But I feel like you could see either of these teams, and you'd go, yeah,
Yeah, good
yeah,
team.
yeah, that's a good team. That could, on its day, maybe go, beat the South Africans, or certainly go toe to toe with them. Yeah,
I like it.
it'd be interesting. We are going to then just quickly cover the Super Rugby Aupaki. We went to the final last week.
So good. Yeah, at the new
Oh,
stadium.
heartbreaking.
Oh, it was the atmosphere before the game.
Yeah.
Not talking about the final result, but atmosphere before the game, really, really cool.
It was awesome.
Heaps of good food. Awesome stadium.
Yeah.
Had the 10,000 tickets, over 10,000.
Over 2,000.
All the fans up on the grandstand there. It was a
cool.
great vibe.
And-
National anthem before the
Yeah,
game. I'm
yeah.
a massive fan of that.
Just
Get
the
you ready to
heartstrings.
run through a wall.
Yeah, for
good.
sure. And I thought, it was interesting. I thought the Blues were probably better across the 80 minutes, but Matatu just had these moments where they just got back in the game.
Yeah.
And I thought at the end there, when they were playing to, I presume, go into over extra time, have a
2
break,
minutes to go in the game. And
all tied up. I get the logic. I think the logic was
absolutely.
both teams looked pretty gassed, and Matatu had been defending for
Quite a lot of
15 phases or 20 phases or something. And I reckon they were just like, right, let's run the clock out. We'll go to overtime. We'll have a bit of a break. We'll freshen up. and
They
we'll
did it
come
right
back.
before halftime.
And they did it
the
before
exact same
halftime.
through halftime.
Yep.
Worked. They got the ball, put it into touch, and we're going to halftime. It's the kind of strategy where if it works, you don't really think twice about it. You're like, oh yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It didn't work,
Yeah.
and now that's when people are like, oh, what on earth were you thinking? Why were we doing that? Why
for
not
sure.
play to try and attack? Or
Yeah.
heartbreak,
Yeah,
man.
it's tough. And they'd had such a season to start with, and then they lost to the Power, they lost to the Blues, and it kind of was teed up for this big rematch. And I think it was fair to say the Blues probably came out looking stronger.
They did, actually. We were watching it and just kind of going, hang on, the Blues look in control of
Yeah,
this. They look
but
really
they
in
made like a
control.
few key mistakes.
Yep.
But just overall, they seem to have figured out the Matatu defence. You know, Matatu would do 10, 15 phases across the park, making meters, and the Blues would score a massive line break. And the Matatu would grind it back up, and the Blues would score a line break. And it just kind of felt like they just had maybe, I don't know if it was more power or they'd figured out the defence a bit more or something, but, you know, it kind of just felt like, and maybe it was Matatu had a huge season. They got up for some of these big games, and maybe, but you'd think being at the home crowd, the home stadium, yeah, and then they did do it. They got back in at kind of 60th minute. They scored, and suddenly we're back in the running.
Neck and neck.
Oh man, I wish it had gone to overtime.
I
You know,
think
like-
the crowd actually was in disbelief.
Yeah.
The players were too, actually.
Yeah.
If you watch the game, the players are kind of like,
just look shocked, eh?
scored a try here, 80th minute.
Yeah.
But no one knew the game was over.
And
And
I
then it
think-
kind of clicked, and yeah.
I think as well they were checking for grounding and a few other things, but it
Yeah.
just felt like a real anticlimactic end to the game and therefore the series.
Yeah.
But
Still
yeah,
a great game. Great
Great game.
series. Congratulations to the Blues.
Yeah.
3 in a row. First time it's ever been done.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
they are
three-peat.
back to back.
Good on
Yeah,
them.
3-peat. So we'll take them next year.
Yeah, that's it. So now they head off to Sydney. They face the Super W champions, which are the New South Wales Waratahs, which is pretty cool. Cool that they're doing that Trans-Tasman match.
Yeah.
And cool that there's something more to also play for than just the Super Rugby Aupaki. I think it's a
Is that
cool
game
idea.
today?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
So we'll have to watch the outcome.
Oh,
see
very
how it
cool.
goes.
Great episode.
Yeah, very good. We'll wrap it up there, and then we'll be back after the first game against the Stormers. We'll see if Dave Rennie, checks
Yeah.
our notes and
Whose
picks any
team
of
he
our
takes.
sides. We should actually see whose teams is closer.
Well, I like that.
That'd be
Let's do it.
cool.
Let's do
I'll
it.
look into that, and I'll see what ChatGPT reckoned.
Yeah.
See who's winning.
Verified source.
That's it. Very good. Okay, well, if you enjoyed, please leave us a comment. Let us know who you would have picked differently in our draft. And we'll see you next one for the review of the Stormers.
Very good. See you later.